Hi, this is Alan Aitken and welcome to the South China Morning Post Racing Podcast for today, Wednesday, the 16th of September. First meeting of the new season at Happy Valley and opening day at Sha Tin, well, that belonged very much to the usual suspects. John Moore has been a prominent player on day one every season and once again was to the fore with a treble. Tony Cruz, a big contender for this year's trainer's title with a treble. And, of course, Matthew Chadwick, another treble to the star apprentice. He passed 45 winners, which means as of tonight at Happy Valley, he will only claim £5 from now on. The feature race went to Armand Lee with Nightline, and all the stories from Sunday's racing still on the website at racing.scmp.com. Well, Wednesday, of course, is on the rails day each week. And today in the rails, I've had a look at a little bit of French farce, a remarkable decision over in France over the weekend in a Group 1 race where the winner was demoted to 5th. And I would ask listeners to take a look at that piece once again on the racingscmp.com website or in today's edition of the South China Morning Post. Well, as I said, back to Happy Valley tonight, and while Casper Founds may have failed to lay a glove on his rivals at Sha Tin on the weekend, Happy Valley is a completely different proposition. Casper has made Happy Valley his own in recent seasons, 30 winners there last year, which was the foundation stone of his championship title win, because his main rivals, John Moore with 13 wins and John Size with 12, couldn't even tally together and equal Casper at the city venue. And that's why I think he's going to be hard to beat in a few races tonight, but particularly in the night's feature race, the Class 2 Big Wave Handicap. Casper will saddle up number 6, Perfect Style, in race 8, and I think Perfect Style is perfectly placed to win again. Now, he was a little disappointing when he went to Class 2 on the final day of last season at Sha Tin, but I think he might be a horse who is better suited with the softer going underfoot at Happy Valley. His previous form at Happy Valley had been outstanding, including a very big last to first win there in June. Now, tonight's race will be run fairly similarly to that Class 3 event. Plenty of leaders, plenty of speed on, and I think Brett Preble will even have him a little closer than he was that night from his better gate. He'll be swamping them at the finish, and I think tonight's the night for Perfect Style. Jockey challenge time, and, well, Brett Preble wasn't able to do the job on the weekend. He had to bow to Matthew Chadwick. That didn't stop odds makers putting him up a 2.8 favourite last night, while Chadwick was at 5.5. And I think that Chadwick represents much better value than Preble at Happy Valley tonight. It looks a difficult night for all jockeys, and I don't think that 2.8 is great value about anyone this evening. It might only take one or two winners to actually get away with tonight's jockey challenge. So I think Chadwick at 5.5, a much better value bet than Brett Preble at the short odds. Best bet time, and tonight at Happy Valley I've gone for race 3, number 6, Win A Lot. Now, Win A Lot had some good form at Happy Valley in last season, and towards the end of the season he was coming right back into form again after he dropped back down to Class 4. His last two runs were terrific, and a particularly eye-catching run at Sha Tin on the final day's racing. Back to the Valley where he goes best, well drawn, and I think that Win A Lot looks the one to beat in race 3 tonight. Well, that's all for today's racing podcast from South China Morning Post. For anything more on these stories, and please take a look at the rails today at www.racing.scmp.com or pick up your copy of today's South China Morning Post with the lift-out guide for Happy Valley. I'm Alan Aitken. Good punting.